Hey everyone, we have the 2021 release schedule here, and there is an awful lot of Magic coming our way next year. Not slowing down whatsoever. We have things that we've never seen before as well. That Dungeons and Dragons logo, I'm sure, jumping out to many of you, but let's go in chronological order as they're going to be released. Kaldheim is going to be a Viking-themed Magic the Gathering set. So we have an ancient Egyptian world with Amonkhet. We have the Greek and Roman feel of Theros, and we're going to have Kaldheim for a Norse mythology. I'm hoping for gods in this. The Norse gods are my favorite pantheon. I don't know how Magic would do taking on that type of mythology, but they are my favorites. Mostly because they actually can die. They can display bravery, whereas the Greek and Roman gods can't really be brave. They're not risking anything by going into battle. They're pretty much just petty, evil beings that just make a mess of lower beings' lives, whereas the Norse gods often coming down to earth, interacting with people, and often know what their death is going to be. Like Thor knows the world serpent is going to kill him, and he still fights it several times during his life until eventually he fights it and wins, and then the venom sacs explode and end up killing him even after defeating the thing that he knew he was going to die from. And I just think that's an awesome mythology. I really love Norse mythology. It's actually why it's one of the main reasons why I named my accessories brand Old Gods, is because of the wisdom that we have in those old myths and the thing that we can learn from people from antiquity. And it's going to be very difficult for Wizards of the Coast to do a good enough job with that for me to be okay with it, but I'm optimistic anyways. After that, we're going to have Time Spiral 2. That's going to be a little tough to mess up. I'm not going to lie. They are bringing back a ton of awesome stuff. So Kaldheim is not the best shot in the background here. Sorry about that, guys. I won't be redoing this. We're just going fast and furious here on the channel, as we always do. We've got reprints in old border for cards like Chalice of the Void, which has literally never happened. Fifth On had Relentless Rats. So we're going to see a bunch of really cool Magic cards with the old border as part of this, and I am very excited about it. I think that they've really acknowledged that the new border is not strictly better, that some people love the old border, and it's a dream come true for many Stacks players to see Chalice of the Void as a actual, in their mind, proper brown card. The artifacts being brown was how it used to be, and that's really what they want to see. So we've got Kaldheim, Time Spiral, going into Strix Haven. This, I don't know what it's going to look like. Has a feel to me kind of like Harry Potter School of Mages. I mean, I have no desire to go back to some type of mage school personally. Just doesn't resonate with me in the least. We'll see how it is. Hopefully there's great cards, and it's a weird choice to me. I don't know if they're trying to go with kind of a Harry Potter-esque feel, if they're going to introduce a young band of wizards that are going to be part of the story moving forward. It's beyond me. I just don't get it. Maybe that's because I'm not like really into Harry Potter at all. It's not my jam. I think it's totally fine children's literature. I don't actually understand why it's so popular with adults. So yeah, I guess probably double thumbs down from that one for a lot of people. But we'll see how this set plays out. This one is very big. A Dungeons and Dragons crossover. I've been saying this for years, that Magic is foolish for not doing this. I personally thought that Innistrad should have just been Ravenloft. Like, they're very, very similar. And here we go. Dungeons and Dragons, Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. This is actually taking place of the summer starter set. So you'll notice on this calendar, there is no core 2022. So core sets are dead again. They brought them back. They had a decent run, and now they're just done, going back to trying out different things in the summer. So Q3, we're going to see Dungeons and Dragons, Forgotten Realms. The next thing on the calendar there, Modern Horizons 2. they will have enemy Fetchlands, no strings attached, in those packs. So that is what they're doing. Modern Horizons 2 is going to be enemy Fetchlands. So Modern Horizons, the definition of a Modern Horizons set has changed. It is not just introducing new cards to Modern. They will also be reprinting cards that are already in Modern, because they have said that the enemy Fetchlands will be included. So we will see Misty Rainforest and Scalding Tarn and Verdant Catacombs. All of the expensive Fetchlands will be in that set. And I mean, I'm psyched about that. I think when you take a look at the Modern Masters 2017, how big that went over, it's going to be very interesting to see what the print run is, how much we can get. Is this going to be more in line with a Masters set, like what we just experienced with double Masters, or more like mystery boosters? I think this is going to be something that stores that are still around are going to want to get a lot of and do very, very well with it. And then we've got a mysterious end of Q4 next year, which is going to be returning to Innistrad for 2 sets, one based on vampires and one based on werewolves. We don't quite know how those steps are going to drop, but maybe they're going to be really close in time. Maybe it's the beginning of Q4 and the end of Q4. It's really unclear. Everything about next year, I think, should be taken with a grain of salt in terms of schedules so far. This year, they haven't done the best of jobs with getting everything to us in time. Certainly Jumpstart and Mystery Boosters have been just supply disasters. But these sets, I think, paint a pretty bright picture for next year. These are some exciting sets. They're revisiting some things that have been very successful. There's new things that are very exciting. I think the Viking World and the Dungeons and Dragons set are 2 new things that could be fan favorites, and I love that they're just trying. Like, I do think that they should be constantly trying to revisit worlds that they've already done that have been successful, and then also coming up with new worlds. I'd be totally fine with an alternating schedule there personally, and that's kind of what we have here on the calendar. I wouldn't mind even more returning to previous realms, but they do have a big reboot to do here. I mean, they went through that whole Nicol Bolas saga, and we'll see what they end up doing for the next big bad. I mean, I'm not sure how that's going to play out, what the overarching story of Magic is going to be moving forward, but it's going to start with those seeds being planted this year and next year for the next, 20 years of Magic, because that Nicol Bolas storyline took a long time to unfold. All right, well, thanks for watching, guys.